Hey guys, and welcome back to I Am Beautiful Hustler TV. Today I'll be showing you guys a frontal install one-on-one. So that means this video will focus only on installing a frontal. Now today's hair is provided by Nadula Hair, and I will split this video up into two parts. One part, which is this video here, will be actually showing you, oh, my friend is such a clown, but this first video will be showing you exactly how to in detail install a frontal, and this will include me showing you all layers, all the little tricks and things that I do. And then second part of this video will actually be how to double bond in your tracks and the track placement for a lace frontal, which will be a part 2 video, so make sure you stay tuned to check that video out as well. Now Nadula Hair did send me over some body wave hair, and this was 4 bundles of 28 body wave bundles, and it was a matching lace closure. But you guys will see more of the video, the bundles in part 2 of this tutorial. But for right now, this is their lace frontal the lace frontal, and I did not pluck this frontal whatsoever. All I did was bleach the knots on this frontal, and I'm going to install it here on my nail tech and just give you, all the little pointers on how to achieve a natural frontal install. Now I did not do any baby hairs for this frontal install today, and like I said, I did not do any plucking, so this is just bleaching the knots and adding her foundation. Now I did use level 16 in the Ruby Kisses cream foundation, and I now have every product that I use in most of my videos listed down in the description box, so make sure you do check that out just in case you wasn't sure or you forgot the name that I mentioned of the product that I am using. But however, jumping into this video, I did go ahead and use that foundation on the front and the back of that lace frontal, and I just went ahead and placed that frontal on her head. I'm just going a little bit past her hairline and having her hold that side, those sides down very securely as I sew down the back of that lace frontal. And I just like to go from ear to ear, but you want to make sure that they are holding that frontal very firmly, that way it does not move. And please also let them know that it will be a little tension, but try to keep that frontal in place, because if they loosen up on that grip and that frontal slides too far down or too far back, it will be frustrating to have to cut all of that thread out and replace the frontal and then do that process all over again. So if they did hold on to that frontal correctly, you should be able to just proceed on to the next step. Now, before applying your lace glue, you want to make sure that you do clean that hairline with 91% alcohol or stronger. I always use 99% alcohol, which I purchased from my local beauty supply, but 91 is fine, and you should be able to pick some up from a hair store or Walgreens near you. And for today, I will be installing her lace frontal using that BOLDHOLD Active. Now, I never really show you all of the layers on using this glue, so I'm going to show you every single layer that I use before I pull down that frontal. And if I'm not mistaken, I did use about 4, maybe 5 layers in this installation. So as you can see, as I applied that first layer, it already began to clear up very quickly. So I'm just going to keep going in layer to layer, and I'm actually using the back end of my eyebrow razor and just spreading that glue out. And the key to using any glue that is white like this, that dries clear, is just spreading the glue out as smooth and flat and neat as possible. You want to avoid having any clumps in your glue, because that will prevent the glue from drying clear as quickly as it needs to and smoothly. So you want to just make sure that you do spread that glue out really, really good. So here I am applying that third layer, and I'm just doing the same thing over and over, and this is what I do with every installation. And like I mentioned, I always, I never really show you guys all of the layers. So because this is a frontal 101 video, I just wanted to make sure I give you guys all the details that you need to achieve a flawless lace frontal install. So here now is layer number 4, and this is going to be my final layer And I'm just going to spread that out like I did the first 3 once again, nice and smooth. And then I'm going to, once this glue turns clear enough for me, I'm going to go ahead and begin to pull that lace down into that glue. So now I'm going to go ahead and begin to pull that lace down into that glue. And I always like to start with pulling the lace down in the center first, and then I'll work my way from side to side. Once you get that lace where you need it to lay, just have your client once again hold that in place, because once I get everything laid where it needs to be, I will go ahead and begin to blow dry and, you know, melt that lace into that glue using my comb, fingers, blow dryer on a heat setting. Many of you ask, what temperature do I leave my blow dryer on? And it is always on the heat setting. And I just pretty much blow dry, you know, everything on that setting. It just works best for me, and plus my blow dryer is actually stuck on heat. So yeah, I really have no choice anyway, but I always like to use the heat setting anyway, because to me it just melts it in much better and much faster. So yeah, you just want to make sure you blow dry that, you know, using your tail comb, just combing that lace into that glue. But just remember, you do not want to mash the lace in. It may look like I'm being a little rough, but I'm really not. You know, this video is a little sped up, but I do like to comb that the hairs downwards, going down towards the face, and also backwards away from the face. And that's just a little technique that helped the lace melt in better for me. And now I'm just going to go ahead and begin to cut off that extra lace. I am using just some scissors, and I'm going in a up, down, jagged motion. And as you can see, I did go ahead and clip off a piece of that lace, and it looks very, very natural. You can't even tell where the lace starts. So that is a really good sign. And I didn't really even check the details of what kind of lace this is, but I'm quite sure it's probably like light brown lace, or, you know, probably Swiss lace. But long as you just use like the correct foundation color and everything like that, it should just blend in perfectly anyway. But yeah, I'm just cutting away that lace, and of course I'm just going to go back in with that bold hold, and I'm going to apply that lace glue in any area that is still lifting up. And everything that I do to this side, I will repeat the same exact steps to the other side. So now that both sides are completed, as you can see, I do have a bit of a over bleached stain there. So I will show you how to do a quick fix on those over bleached knots. But I do have a tutorial coming specifically for plucking and permanently correcting over bleached knots. But what I'm going to show you in this video today is just a quick fix, you know, over bleach correction type of thing. So for right now, I'm just going to focus on getting the roots of this frontal pressed out nice and straight. So I'm just using my wax stick and my hot comb and just hitting those roots, hitting the top of where my parting area is, because I do want everything to be nice and flat and neat. And I would do this to both sides of this frontal. Also, what I wanted to mention as well is that because this hair is body wave, you know, after washing it does become very straight. So I did just use one of my bed head curlers and just curl their hair back in, and I just do that a lot in most of my body wave videos, so you guys pretty much know how that go. But I would just probably do like 2 curls on camera and then just, you know, do the rest off camera, however. But yes, right now I'm just pressing those roots out. As you can see, it's getting very neat and very flat. And like I said, I will fix those over bleached knots briefly in this video. But I am just loving how this frontal just very much melted, very much natural looking. Love it, love it, love it. And as I mentioned, I did not pluck this frontal whatsoever. It came pre-plucked and I just love it. So now that I have all of that pressed out, you know, I'm going in with my bed head hairstyling spray, and this is just my part 2 lace melting technique that I created, and I absolutely love it, and I do recommend to all to give it a try. Someone asked me, do I prefer to do this same step with the Got2b? Honestly, I don't. Once I've learned about the BIOSILK and the bed head, it just became like my best friend, and it works so much better than that Got2b spray. So now everything is curled. I used that little curler to get those body waves back into the hair, and I'm just going to go ahead and remove that elastic band and just comb out all of that hairstyling spray so that it is nice and soft. And then I'm going to show you guys how I quick fix over bleach knots, and it's just the same method I use as far as, you know, concealing my parts and everything like that. So I will take that black spray and concealer, and this is just a reminder that the back of her hair is not even bonded in yet, and it still will look kind of full once I, you know, brush everything out and everything like that. So, you know, this is not a thin frontal. The frontal is pretty full. You know, I really do like this company. Every time they send me like hair, Nadula, it's always been like excellent. I've never had a complaint, so I highly do recommend this company. Like, this is one of the best companies I have worked with, and that's just honestly speaking. Most of the hair they send me does come pre-plucked, so this is, like I said, I did not pluck it, and this is just what the frontal looked like after bleaching the knots and everything like that. But as far as fixing those, you know, quick fix over bleach knots, I'm just going to lay the tail of that comb right into that part and just taking that black spray and just spraying it the same way I would if I'm doing, you know, concealing of the part. And as you can see, that was a quick fix. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take that concealer and that same level 16 and just conceal that part right on out to make the part more defined. And this will pretty much complete our frontal one-on-one you know, little video. And I just took a little oil sheen and sprayed it, and now we're gonna stay tuned for part 2. See you next time.